surprised reaction,
Yes.
again, goes back to what I've experienced from people as they the lack of understanding of what art actually is, and that art,
Absolutely.
art actually limitless. It doesn't have a boundary, but their view of it again is putting it into that narrow scope. So then they think, well, an artist must be like this or like this, and then when you turn up, they're like, like, do you know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
throws them off. And I remember we were talking before I left the
Yeah.
UK,
Yeah.
and I remember you went to one award. It was
Yeah.
an awards evening, and you came back. I think it was the next day or the day after, and I was talking to you about how it went. And you had that black. I don't know if it was a dinner jacket or a morning jacket,
Sure.
and it said up. The arrow was pointing down, or it was the
Yeah.
other way. And you said I
Absolutely.
was getting so confused when he asked you.
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah, I very much remember that blazer. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people don't quite understand art in itself.
Yeah.
And do you think you're continually um creating more awareness and understanding to people who are not privy to art, actually what art as an art form in its sense, as a discipline, about what it actually is?
Totally. Totally. I mean, again, I create a lot of curiosity. Um, and that curiosity means people ask a lot of questions. Um, and those questions always is an opportunity for me to expand and educate. And it's exactly what you said. That the surprise and the sense of, the it's all because of the limitations. That's why I have a tag that says creativity without limitations. And, it says that purposefully, it says that deliberately. And it's saying, whatever or whatever you think, I'm about to break it and I'm about to surprise you and I'm about to go beyond it. But just when you think you know what I have done and who I am, I'm also going to keep pushing that thing, going back to as you said, art doesn't have any limitations. The limitations are only the things we put in our way or in our minds to
Mm,
limit ourselves. Um,
mm,
yeah, I mean, going back to that blazer, um, or that look, I remember at the award ceremony, I went to use the men's to use the loo, and finishing just when I was about to get out, I remember a gentleman met me at the door, and he looked at me up and down, and he was like, "Oh, very interesting. You're controversial. You are very controversial." And I said, "Am I?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "Look at the arrow in your jacket. It's pointing down, but it says up. It's very interesting.
mm.
You're controversial. You're controversial, but your mind is very interesting." And then he just walked off.
And he was
Uh,
baffled as well. He was confused, wasn't he?
yes, yes, he was. He was. But that's it. Sometimes, sometimes we have to present things in a way that allows people to almost come out of the knowingness and to for a moment not
Mm,
know. And I think
mm,
sometimes it's only through this process that we get to renew people's minds,
mm,
or to make them see things differently. Um, and as I mentioned, I am an educator, and I explain sometimes things to people because I want them to leave with a better mindset or with a greater understanding of why certain things work the way they do, especially concerning my
mm.
work. So yeah, it's a joy to do that.